A 1 2, a 1 2, a 1 2, a 1 2. We are back. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Salute to everybody who's popping up on all multiple platforms that we are on. We're currently on Facebook, on Twitch, as well as on YouTube. Big salute to the people who are popping up on Instagram right now. We got a few things to get to today. It's been a busy week. You know what I'm saying? I'm been really blessed to be doing these live streams. I feel like sometimes when people look into this hip hop scene and they're looking to see what the hot story is, that matters. But what matters to me is what's going on over here in Toronto and what's going on over here in Canada. So welcome to all the people who are popping up here on Instagram Live. If you see me on Instagram Live, then you know what's going on. We are on YouTube, youtube.com/We Love Hip Hop Network. Pop out. And for the people out there who are popping up in the chat right now, comment gang strong. Let yourself be seen. Hit that like button on the way in. That helps with the algorithm. Let's have a good live. Lock in. We're probably going to be doing this for probably 2 to 3 hours. All right. I got an interview going on later on this evening that I want to make sure I tend to and get the camera recharged for. So, if you're at work, get your headphones or your earbuds in. Make sure you might have to turn it down for some of the audio that we be playing. I don't want you to get in trouble with the boss. Cubicle Gang Strong. Let's get a good live pop in. And for y'all people on Instagram, pop out. Okay, if y'all want to get into the conversation, there's a link at the top of the chat right now. Let's go through a list of topics, actually, while I have Instagram open. Kendrick's friend got a weird case. Why is he around? We're going to get to the bottom of this, okay? I know there's been people out there trying to dispel the rumors of that guy being Kendrick's friend or being down with TDE in any kind of way. We'll get to the bottom of it over here. Also, I want to send a RIP to Smoke Dawg. It was his birthday the other day, and that makes a lot of ripples in the Toronto scene. So we're going to definitely get into that and some of the reactions that happened around that. Maybe we'll do a Smoke Dawg dedication at some point in the live here. Also, Top 5 hits Dubai. Okay. He made it out the country. We'll get into that. We won't spend super long on that. I got some civic duties I want to handle as well. There's India's most wanted terrorist. I don't want to go too crazy early in the YouTube, but it was arrested in Ontario. All right. We're going to go into a little bit of an immigration conversation. So look out for that. And Canada's postal workers are on strike. It's going to be definitely something going into this Christmas season if these guys decide to stay on strike. So I want to do my civic duties and cover some of those topics. Last but not least, YBN Namir down bad. He got that super thotty Celina Powell pregnant. That's just a quick topic. If y'all have any other topics, let me know. Hit the chat with any topic that y'all want me to get into. For the people on Instagram, pop up on YouTube. Let's get it popping. Let's get it popping. Let's see what's going on over here. Comment gang strong. Salute to AGB to Don, YKTFV, Old John Crow 416 Trackstar Music. Let me make sure I give a few shares over here. It's pretty early in the day still. Not gonna lie. Hold on. Let me check my audios. Make sure the audio's good. Okay, audio sounding good. Give a couple of shares in the background here. Oh, got an interview that's dropping tomorrow. Big salute to my peoples from Hustle Over Everything. Let me see if I can pull that up right here. Young Money, what up? What up? Let's pull up some stuff here just to give y'all some early previews. We won't get to that yet. I never thought I'd be talking about YB and Namir at any point in my life. I was actually supposed to interview that years ago before his album dropped, but then the album flopped and then the label backed out. But we'll talk about it. I'm going to show you a little bit of the interview that we got coming up. For this year, we've done a lot of interviews with rappers, but I feel that this year we've evolved into doing a lot of interviews with other content creators and people in the culture. So I want y'all to check out just a little bit of this before we get into the whole thing that we got going on today, the whole live. Big salute to IX Toronto and Alexander from 24/7 Hustle or Hustle Over Everything. These are the guys who interviewed Dr. Umar not too long ago. That clip that went viral.
Right?
Okay.
One of the big proponents of that was that Mexico would be the ones making a lot of the car parts. So Mexico, of course,
we're gonna get into some finance
labor
tomorrow.
And cheaper parts.
Right.
But we can never tell. We were just like, oh, the car drives.
Yeah, yeah.
But Mexico was one of the bigger ones that was creating the parts. But that was fucking up all the Detroit automakers, the automakers in the US. So they were like, yo, what are we giving Mexico all these dollars?
Yeah.
And Mexico's building up their cities off of this, you know? So
we're talking about tariffs and
like,
shit.
yo, the NAFTA it was botty. Like the Donald Trump was like, this isn't worth it. And that was the big thing that they negotiated. It was trying to bring the amount of percentage that a car needs to be made back into the US.
Okay.
So now the amount to pay for a car is more expensive.
Because it's all made in the US.
Because made in the US.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So now the car thing is more expensive.
Hold on. Common Gang Strong. Entertainment says Friday we'll build a school before Dr. Umar builds his school. Listen, man, I don't want to diss Dr. Umar because you never know, he might hear this shit, but hurry up with the school, broski.
Expensive, and it's like, yo, is it even worth it to buy a car right now?
Let me do some shares in the background and we'll get to it.
That's happening.
That's crazy.
And that could happen to other things across the marketplace. You
like
know?
smaller products and
T-shirts and shit. All that shit's on Amazon, you know? So it could be bad, and I think what's gonna happen is this is gonna move to another country. It's gonna be either Vietnam, it's gonna be somewhere in Africa. Some country's gonna come the fuck up during this time. Because they're like, yo, we didn't get tariffed. We good. And it was gonna be like, you're the country.
Okay. Big Suit 24/7 Hustle. We have a 90-minute interview that we're going to be dropping tomorrow. Look out for that. We definitely get into a lot more than just finances. We get into content creation. We get into the city and some of the rap scene. It's a nice full-rounded video, full-rounded interview. But before I get into everything, let's get into a couple of salute to the sponsors here. Big salute to Diamond Club. All right. That's the sticker that you see right behind me, right over here. They are the carrier of cans and multiple other legacy brands as well. Hit them up on their Instagram page, Diamond Club _Canada, if you want delivery within the GTA and across Canada. All right. Once again, that's Diamond Club _Canada. You could use the code We Love Hip Hop, get yourself a little discount. You heard me? You know what I mean? Also, if you want some of that blem, I got a nice full shaker from Steamin' Hot Grabba. Okay, hit up Steamin' Hot Grabba if you want delivery of any of that grabba within the GTA. They also are available in some of the corner stores in the West End. If you go around the Jane Street area, hit them up on their Instagram page, Steamin' Hot Grabba, and you could also use the code We Love Hip Hop. Get yourself a little discount. Last but not least, big salute to my people over there in Ottawa. For people who want same-day delivery in Ottawa, as well as same-day delivery over here in the GTA, check out Only Loud. They are also a carrier of many legacy blends. They got some stuff from Sixpence right now, a new drop from them, as well as Astro Pink. And, you know, they got their own legacy blend as well, or their own personal blend as well. Hit them up on their Instagram page, Only Loud Canada, or you could also find them on Snapchat, onlyloud.ca. All right. I want to get straight into this Kendrick Lamar stuff. All right. I know people have been saying that Kendrick Lamar's friend that's not his friend. What are you guys saying? Oh, it's the Drake bots. Of course, you guys will try to pull this and say, of course. So recently on Vitali's live stream, or not his live stream, but his show, he has a Catch a Predator type show that he does. And there's a few other people who do these shows. It's getting kind of popular. But on his show, he went, and he found somebody from LA, from Compton specifically. So I'll play the video. I'm going to start a poll as well, and I'm going to ask you guys if you think that this is Kendrick Lamar's friend. So it says Kendrick Lamar's friend from Compton, Rikes, gets caught trying to meet a 15-year-old girl. Now, listen, For YouTube or anybody who might have to review this video later, the person in this video is a decoy. She is not 15. Okay, let's just get that clear. Because I don't want to get demonetized for this fool, for this goof.
Yeah, maybe we should
For
eat
this
something
buster.
first, do you think?
I mean, I guess.
You think? Do you like pizza?
Yeah.
Oh, you do? Oh, okay, me too.
Hold on, 1 second. Yo, what was your favorite video?
What favorite video?
You said you know me.
Yeah, bro. I know who you are, bro.
Oh, really?
You set motherfuckers up and catch and do this type of shit, bro.
Catch pedophiles, yes.
But wait, hold on. Like you said, you know who I am and I catch people. So when you were matching her, she said she's 15. That didn't hit your head. Like, oh, that's probably the fucking guy.
Bro, I don't fucking know. You feel me? It's all type of girls. I'm gonna tell you some real shit, bro. This is why I just work and I just do my shit, bro. Yeah. I ain't got time for this weird ass shit, bro. But let me tell y'all something, bro. You see this weird shit that just happened, nigga? That's why you stay out the fucking way, nigga.
Hold on. What weird shit? What's the weird shit? Okay, because the way this guy tried to flip it, like, oh, y'all doing weird shit. Yeah, I know I went to go meet a 15-year-old girl, but why y'all doing that weird shit and trying to catch me doing that shit? Nigga, what are you doing? What are you doing, bro? Why are you getting mad because you got caught doing weird shit? You see how we try to flip the script?
Real shit, bro. This is why I just work and I just do my shit, bro.
This is why I just work and just do my shit. Why? Why? What's the problem, bro? You decided to take a work break. All right? You try to go on some EDP shit. You wanted to go get some cupcakes. And you got your hand slapped, bro. Oh, this is why I just go to work. Niggas, there's nobody's fault but your own. Just because you got caught by a decoy.
Bro, I ain't got time for this weird ass shit, bro.
No, we got time for you, bro.
But let me tell y'all something, bro. You see this weird shit that just happened, nigga? That's why you stay out the fucking way, nigga. You stay off these dating apps, nigga. You feel me?
Yo, bro, you try to pick up a cupcake off the dating app.
And you don't indulge in no type of shit, bro.
Do you want to play a game or no?
I'm not playing no game with you. I already know who you are, bro. You feel me? It's some whack ass shit, bro. I ain't got time for this weird ass shit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I knew this shit was a setup.
You rather go the other
You said,
route.
why did I come? Bro, cause nigga, I don't, bro. I'm gonna be honest.
Oh! I see. He knew it was a setup. Let's play this out. He knew it was a setup. So because he knew it was a setup, he said, you know what? I'll just go with it. I know that the person that I'm talking to on the other side of the phone might be, you know, under the age lines, getting, you know, too close to the age lines, way past the age lines. But, you know, this may be a setup by Vitaly or Gideon or one of these guys. Let's roll with it. Let me go over there and see what's going on. And then I'm going to catch those guys trying to catch me. And then, I knew it was a setup. Is that what we're doing here? Interesting. I'm just trying to understand the logic. You know what I'm saying? I knew it was a setup. That's why I came through.
I'm gonna be honest with you. You feel me? Like, I ain't had no pussy in a long time, bro. You feel me?
Whoa.
That it is what it is. You feel
Whoa. This guy went from, oh, I knew it was a setup to, I ain't felt that warm gushy in a minute, bro.
Nigga, I'm gonna be honest with you. You feel me? Like, I ain't had no pussy in a long time. You feel me? That it is what it is. You feel me? I'm not no weirdo or nothing.
So why
Let
15?
me tell you something.
Go ahead.
Let me talk, bro. Hold on, bro.
No, you're not
Hold on, bro.
Santos like that.
Hey, hold on, bro.
Go ahead.
Yo, let him land, son. Let him land. Yo, let me land my plane, B. I'm trying to break it down.
Tripping, homie.
Because on some real shit, you was talking about you had a gun. You was gonna
Go ahead.
You feel me?
Yeah, I got 2 fucking guns right here,
Bro,
bro.
I
You
don't
see
play
this?
I don't play them type of games, bro.
Big ass dick. Big ass dick. I want to cream that pussy so
I'm
bad.
about to get the fuck on.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hey, yo. Whoa, 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 whoa. My youth. Can we just check something out quick fast? We'll get back to him. And I'm not laughing at what's happening. I'm laughing at his response. Is this you, sir? Okay. Let's break this down. Let's unpack this for just a quick second. You know how Top 5 back in the days he used to take pictures with mad rappers? He had pictures with Drake, he had pictures with basketball players, he had pictures with everybody, right? Maybe he's one of these guys. Like he's one of those guys who just took pictures with mad people. Right? That's what Wack 100 was trying to tell academics. He pressed him. Said, bruh, how you know? How do you know? Like, bro, he just took a couple of pictures with the homies. All right? Mark Tabor says, already proven that the guy has no association with Kendrick, and the photos were from a commercial shoot years ago. They aren't friends. That guy has photos with other artists like Nipsey Hussle and CP. I know. But it doesn't mean just because he has pictures with other rappers that the nigga's not down. All right, let me see here. Where's the Wack 100 thing now? Let's add this to our search. Because I know he pressed academics on this whole matter. Here we go.
Opened up a can of worms that inevitably he was going to be a hypocrite. In hip hop as a man, in hip hop as a man, when you start trying to do the Me Too thing, you forget that every one of our favorite, even the most innocent celebrities, they have somebody, whether there was a money grab they were looking for or whether they were disgruntled, somebody has said some shit about them. You can't name one. And again, I've told people,
dancing, what this got to do with Kendrick?
Because he's the one who started saying, you got niggas around that got weird cases, and it could be pointed out, well, Kendrick, you're no different.
Where's Dre case? Dre ain't never been in the penitentiary.
Hold on.
Where is that?
Wait.
Oh, we talking about Dr. Dre? His beta gal friend? Huh? His mentor? I'll show you how to beat a bitch, Kendrick. Yeah. That's your homie? That's your friend? I'm just checking. Because I know the West Coast is very similar to Toronto. All right. No matter what people try to say, niggas is just as ignorant as each other from coast to coast. So there's a lot of niggas out here who don't care about guys beating the shit out of chicks. They're like, whatever. So what? You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to sidetrack on the Dr. Dre shit. I'm just saying, that's your homie. That's the guy who brought you into the game. You have the internet. You're an internet, maybe not an internet baby, but growing up, Kendrick Lamar had the internet. Kendrick Lamar read magazines. He was a hip hop connoisseur of sorts. So no matter what, you watched and you saw the documentation about D Barnes. I'm not going to play any D Barnes content in here because last time I got a copyright for the shit. Salute to D Barnes. However, I'm just saying, Dre ain't got a case, but why is he around?
Wait, all right. So the case got to be criminal then, not civil, right?
Certified lover boy, certified beater down.
Civil.
Huh?
I mean, act. You can have bitches accuse you of
No,
lies.
hold on. No, hold on. I'm not saying that's not true. I'm not saying you can't have people accuse it. What I'm saying is that.
Don't talk to me about nothing civil, because if it was that serious, you would have went criminal. They don't go criminal because they know it's some bullshit. It ain't gonna stick.
You're telling me the D-Barn shit wasn't gonna stick? Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Whack. You're older than that, man. You should know better.
8 months after the battle, you're making Drake even look bad by even fishing.
How?
Drake had already licked his wounds.
Whack. Here's the thing.
He took his ass whooping.
Yo, here's the thing. My whole thing, and it's not even a Drake thing. It's more of a Kendrick thing. And this is where I think you would be able to understand my point with this one. And let me try to lay it out for you. You see, one thing I know about Whack 100 is that I've heard this saying from him a lot of times. I love it. He said, anything I say once, I say twice. I like that saying because it shows me that you're not embarrassed about anything that you've said or you've been involved with. What's the point about when you start playing that soapbox, when you start being the person that says your integrity and your morals is above everybody else, and you start pointing at other people? Yo, you have somebody on your team who's a this and who's a that. Respectfully, Baca is not someone who matters in Drake's career. Okay?
Don't matter. He's on Drake's team.
Okay.
Hold on. Listen, I could agree to a degree. You know, Baca's not one of the big pieces of the puzzle that makes the OVO ship move. However, Drake super co-signed this nigga. When he first came home, he was mentioning him in tracks. He's like, when Baca get home, we're gonna celebrate. We're gonna do that. As soon as the man touched road, he brought him on tour with him. He brought him on stage with him at the was the Grammys or one of those big award shows. However, the case that y'all be talking about with Baca is the same kind of case that you could talk about with Sugar Free. Who else out there? Give me some other PI rappers from back in the days, or even from now, because I'm not really big up on the PI genre. You know what I'm saying? I know Sugar Free was one of the main actors when it comes to pushing that PI shit, pushing the angle, whatever them niggas be talking about. You know what I'm saying? Gucci Mane is more of a trap rapper talking about selling drugs and shit. He wasn't flipping chicks. Snoop Dogg, maybe, right? Snoop Dogg had he never caught a case. But listen, bro, these niggas is pushing the whole pimping shit. There's a lot of guys in Toronto who just think that shit is cool. Mike 414, thank you. The Pimp C. The words in his name. I can't even avoid saying it for YouTube. It's in his name. I'm sorry, YouTube. That's the man's name. Talking about break a bitch. All right. So didn't 50 Cent? Yes. 50 literally made a song. I'm a PIMP. What is it? Can you translate the song for 2024 now? I don't know what you heard about me, but a bitch can't get $1 out of me. All right? Because I'm a mother effing human trafficker. Like, I don't know. They changed they moved the shit around. Right? A lot of these niggas that was I'm a pimp. Now they found out that they're human traffickers. They're like, what? I'm a what? What? Listen, man, I just got a couple of girls on the stroll. You know what I mean? A couple from Calgary. 1, 2 from a couple of scragglers that came through from Saskatchewan. What you mean trafficking? What? So, you know, I'm not saying that I'm not trying to say that it's right. I'm just saying they moved the goalpost over the years. So now when you see a PI catch a case, they're not just giving you living off of the avails. They're like, you're a trafficker. You're a trafficker. So no matter what, it's going to sound like a weird case. It's not like the nigga has some underage shit going on. And this is me saying this without having to do a whole bunch of extra research because I'm here in Toronto. I know the stories. If the man was on some underage shit, he wouldn't be down with the crew. So when Kendrick said that, Bucka got a weird case. Why is he around? What you mean weird case? What about homies in your crew? What about Dr. Dre? I'm sure. What about them niggas on Fig? Don't tell me all them S-Smack don't got no cases. Get out of here, B. Don't tell me niggas on Figaro ain't catching no cases. All those guys back on Fig niggas be toting Kendrick Lamar, holding them up on their shoulders. All them niggas is pimps. All them guys got weird cases. Why they around?
Come on, bro. This is some weird ass shit, bro. I knew I should have just stayed at home. Stay where I was at, nigga. I should have stayed where my car was, bro. You feel me? Take the pictures and do all that shit, bro. You feel me? Because I'm gonna remember everybody. I'm gonna remember everybody motherfucking face, bro. You feel me?
Imagine the PDF file is threatening other man's like, how dare you? Watch when I see you on the street. And listen, this is respectfully, okay? I don't like to be that guy, but respectfully. Respectfully. All right, guys? Because I mess with these guys heavy. I like T-Rel. I like Smack. Who else be over there? But these guys be pushing pimp culture. All right? The whole Figaro. Let me see if we can pull this up. Let's pull up some Figaro LA shit. Because these are the guys who blood clot. These is Kendrick's friends. Guys to be back on Fig. Where the hoes? More hoes. Whose hoe is that? Is that one of Smack's? Whose is this? Who this belong to? All these niggas is Kendrick's friends, eh? So let's stop playing these games, man. I'm sure this guy right here, whoever dude, whatever dude's name is, he probably ain't got the weirdest case. Oh, Baca got a weird case. Shut up, bro. And I like Kendrick. I hate having to do this, man.
You feel me? Awesome. Matter of fact, let me record y'all so I can remember y'all motherfuckers.
Oh, you're gonna record them.
You feel me?
Because you know, this is gaslighting 101. It's your fault. It's your fault that that this guy's over there with a cupcake trying to, you know, steal the cupcakes. It's you guys' fault. It's Vitali's fault. How dare Vitali do that?
On God, bro.
I'm scared.
Niggas call me in
Bop and Pyro nigga over here being a pedophile, bro. What's up, bro?
Bro, I ain't tripping, bro. I ain't tripping off that shit, bro. These niggas, what the fuck y'all doing?
Oh shit!
Let me record it.
Pedophile ass nigga, bro.
You motherfucker. Fuck you. You fucking pedophile.
Okay, let's just relax with that.
You know that for a fucking fact. And don't threaten me with your gangsters. Have you heard of Russian boys? Yeah.
Talk to them, Vitali.
Right? I know people in Compton too, but I'm not trying to tell you. You made it wrong. You admit. I'm not scared of you neither, bro. You're trying to fucking press me, bro. I'm gonna press you
I'm
back.
not trying to press you.
I'm not trying
to
you are.
You're trying to press the man. You're trying to act like he did something wrong to you, bro. You're literally trying to pick up a little girl. You thought she was 15, bro. Yo, Kendrick, come get your mans, bro. Let me see what's going on in the poll over here. I asked, is this Kendrick's homie? 64% of y'all saying yes. Only 36% of y'all saying no. Whap, 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 whap. Certified lover boy, certified.
Look, I'm just telling you what it is.
I said, let's pray. I'm trying to make a good situation.
Bro.
You said, I don't want to pray. Go
Bro.
fuck yourself, bro. If you believe in God, you would have said, yeah, but you don't believe in God. Okay?
Because I see through all this shit you doing, bro.
What am I doing?
You
Cleaning up.
Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. Salute to the Reddit. This is the best compilation video I put to that. I didn't even put this together. Who put this together? Master _ success 5464. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Good job. Keep it going. Why are you up so close on this nigga? Oh, that's just a fan. That's not the homie. He's just a fan. Kendrick don't know him. Kendrick's a man of the people. He lets anybody walk up to him. Really. It's nasty work. Oh. Who's that? J-Rock? Wow. They dug in the TDE crates. They went and found J-Rock? Wow. Sluta keeps it solid. He made the reel. Wait a minute. It kind of looks Photoshop. Is that Photoshop, gang? Let me know. 1 in the chat if it's Photoshop. 2 in the chat if it's real. Actually, no, my bad. Let's reverse it. 1 in the chat if it's real. 2 in the chat if it's Photoshop. All right. I could do that. Peace Love says Photoshop. No, you think it's real. Oh shit. Like Trucy, I could do is like, take the background, remove the background, and then put 2 guys. I'm trying to cope for y'all, man. I'm trying to do some TDE cleanup for y'all, just in case. Here's some talking points that you might be able to use. Oh, that's just Photoshop. Fool. Gotcha, bitch. What else? Give me some more. Who else they got on the chopping block?
Run my secondary Instagram, and they run my Academics TV Twitter. Now,
this is Academics trying to cop a plea a little bit because he's like, I didn't post it. Ak was like, that's what you got? The team said, yo, Ak, we got this guy here. He's supposed to be down with Kendrick Lamar. Vitaly just caught him trying to pick up a cupcake. Should we post this? Ak is like, release the hounds.
Now, here's the thing. Hold on. I'm gonna give you the facts. Here's the facts. In chat, we're gonna play this after because Wack is jumping topics. We ain't get to it yet. There's an individual, and you know about the stream too, because you brought game on the stream, on Vitaly's stream, where they catch the pedophiles. Apparently, they're saying
certified
that there was an individual that got caught up. He was trying to meet up with an underage individual. And when, obviously they have the individual there, they're trying to figure out what type of time the guy's on, blah, blah. I guess they realize this guy was, has pictures with Kendrick, this and third. by the way, chat, I'll click on it. It's here. They're saying
That's my point. Has pictures with.
mm,
You trying to line that up with the Drake dude that works for Drake every day and had a situation. That's a different thing of a fan that shows up to your events. You know, when we get overseas on game tours.
Stop that shit, Whack. Stop that shit. You are lying. I'm calling you straight up right here on my live in front of whatever amount of people. You are a liar. About, oh, he's just a guy who pops up on tours. Bro, this guy's in like 5, 6 different photos with these guys. Besides the different members, he's in music videos. AGB, didn't you say something about the Not Like Us music video? Are your friend that, brethren? That is your buddy. Bati and Bench. That's your friend. Let me get some shots here. Where in the video is this nigga? Is he in this shot here? Because that don't count. Is he around here? If he's not in any D shots, then it don't matter. Okay. Paul H said Trump got a picture with Epstein. That is true. Doesn't necessarily mean. There's a lot of people with pictures with Diddy. There's people who went to Diddy's parties, but it didn't work. I didn't go to the after party. I was in there after. Even on the white side of things. Look at Mr. Beast. This guy had the Transformer on his team. And she ended up like being a Transformer who likes it under the age line. Like the lollipop stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say the whole thing, but maybe like in the candy corn. You understand what I'm saying? It doesn't mean that that's not your homie. A lot of these guys be lying. They don't want to get in trouble too. Come on, fam. Let's really be real. A lot of people got weird friends, and they're just like, you know what? I don't spend that much time with this nigga, but he is a little weird. Let's get back to this guy here. What's the guy's name? Let's give him his clout. Rikez. Hold on, let me just go back because I need to get back to some of the cope that he was doing. That was some good cope.
I just work and I just do my shit, bro. I ain't got time for this weird ass shit, bro. But let me tell y'all something, bro. You see this weird shit that just happened, nigga? That's why you stay out the fucking way, nigga. You stay off these dating apps, nigga. You feel me? And you don't.
This guy got the pick in his hair. Got the Black Power fist pick.
Nigga, you don't indulge in no type of shit.
Or you got some kind of donut pick going on.
Shit, bro.
Do you want to play?
Hide your daughters, gang. Please. This guy's on the loose. All right. And then listen, Kendrick's not going to say shit. You know Kendrick's not going to get online. Even in an interview, when it comes time for an interview, if he ever does another interview, there's going to be a list of questions and topics and talking points that you're not allowed to ask him about. Don't ask me about Rikez or Rikez. You know, I don't know that guy. And if anybody does have the guts to like break through the wall and say, you know what, what's up with your friend? Why he around? He'll find some way of saying something, I don't know, mystical and intelligent to just kind of throw us off the scent. But bro, unless one of y'all West Coast niggas who I mess with could holler at me and tell me something different, that's your buddy. Look.
What's up, Boo Gang? Wow, that's what you call a little muff for the win, my nigga. It's professional now. I got, hey, yeah, this shit real professional over here on MacWatt TV, my nigga. Get them muff alone here.
Soundwave caught a Grammy last year. MacWatt bet he do what he wants. What does it got to do with MacWatt? Ain't got nothing to do with MacWatt. I just want to just do a little bit more deeper investigation here before we get off of this. Pimp from Compton Presses, Batali. No, but real shit, when I'm thinking about this whole Kendrick and pointing fingers and trying to Me Too Drake and stuff like that, like, bro, your whole Back on Fig movement, and I know that's not Kendrick's direct guys, but Smack was on stage with him, dancing around. And that's, these guys argue about being pimps. Who's the bigger pimp between him and Sharp? So for somebody who's supposed to be super pro-black, you got to separate yourself from certain friends. You can't have all these niggas dancing around on stage with you and then going back to Figaro later on to go pimp they hoes. The two don't add up, bro. And then you can't be doing that. Listen, actually, you can do that. You know what I mean? You could do that, Kendrick. You can have all the pimp friends you want. But then don't go around on songs and be like, Baka got a weird case. Why is he around? And then don't expect to smoke back, bro, when your little pimp friends get caught with their hand in the candy jar. Anywho, let's get off of this, man. These guys make me sick. Not TDE and those guys, the PDF files. But the hypocrisy makes me sick. That's what makes me sick when it comes to those guys. But we'll move on. I want to send an RIP to Smoke Dawg. It was his birthday a couple of days ago. Every time that his birthday comes around, he would have been 28 years old today or a couple of days ago. I'll pull something up on the screen for us to review. Every time this time comes around, I always try to make sure to put some respect on Smoke Dawg's name, because Smoke Dawg was definitely a major figure in this Canadian hip hop scene, not just Toronto, the Canadian hip hop scene. I'm currently in the process of doing a documentary called The Rise and Fall of the Toronto Drill Music Scene. And I won't say that necessarily he was under the drill umbrella, because drill, it's kind of a defined thing, but it kind of broadened over the years. And obviously the people from Toronto know what happened with Smoke Dawg back in 2018, in July of 2018. His life was taken from him over at Cube nightclub. RIP to him, RIP to Cozy, his manager, that was also, his life was taken at the time. And it caused a rift, a split in the Toronto music scene. Okay. The person accused, the shooter, 21 Neat, is now serving time for that. And him being part of the up top guys, or down with the up top guys over there in Jane and Finch, the up top of Jane and Finch, it caused a huge rift in the Toronto music scene, because at one point in time they were more united. Smoke Dawg and Pressa were both brought on tour back in 2017 on the Boy Meets World tour with Drake. because at that time Drake seen that the way that the hip hop scene was growing, you know, maybe if he can put his hands in there and get some of these guys into a bigger position, the scene can grow more. I'm just speculating of what his thought process was at the time, but he threw these guys a huge look by bringing them on tour. There's even pictures of Smoke Dawg and Pressa together. Let me see if I could find something here. I'm sure I could find something on Google. Because it's once upon a time, these guys are all. Hold on. Let me show you all what I'm looking at here. Because I could just do a quick Google search and see that these guys had a united front at one point in time. Let's do to Drake for even trying to make that happen. All right. Smoke Dawg, Pressa. Let's do that together. All right. That's crazy that these guys. Hold on. I found even a better picture. Yeah, at one point in time, these guys were like cool. They were friends. All right. That's wild. This is some rare photos. So I say all that to say that every time that this time comes around where people celebrate Smoke Dawg's life, as you should, okay, because like I said, he was a pivotal point. He was a pivotal person in this music scene. And he was doing collabos on Big Salute to Damn Homie. You're popping up in the chat over here. He was doing collabos with guys from the UK. He was getting heavy cosigns at the time, including people like French Montana, Meek Mill. People were trying to sign Smoke Dawg. Let me look up some more Smoke Dawg stuff. R.I.P. Smoke Dawg, man. But it causes, the city is crazy, man. It's kind of tragic because anytime that his name is mentioned or his birthday does come around, there's the good side, there's people who are bigging him up, and then there's the divisiveness. Let's do this. Smoke Dawg story. There's mad documentaries on him. There's this Still slap it down on your big booty. Jeez.
Did the song Robo.
Yo, people in the crowd, I hate when they play music.
They say go hard, keep making music, and just keep shining.
To watch back footage like this. So, like I said, things get kind of divisive every time Smoke Dawg's name is brought up. I'll show you all a couple of things that were floating around on these Instagram streets. Because a few years ago, Top5 and YG did a song, Heard of Me. I know you heard of me. And YG had a very disrespectful verse in his part.
How exactly did his head crack?
Like a watermelon.
All right. So YG posted on the man's birthday, which is hella disrespectful. What else? Who else posted? And then there was a response from the man them in Regent Park. I'll pull that up. And salute to T.TV. T.TV always keeps us up to date with all of this stuff, man.
Shoot.
I'm going to freeze this because it's graphic. Okay. In response to what those guys are posting, i.e. YG, I'm not going to say those guys. And big salute to AGB to Don. In response to what YG had posted, which was highly disrespectful, I'll say, right? It says Regent Park Leaky responds to YG dissing Smoke Dawg. And it says here, and this is video from the alleyway from where Houdini was murdered. Okay. Says Goofy ran out of shoes, head bust. I don't know why this turtle's crawling, broski. I don't even smoke bogeys, but I did for Houdini. That's crazy.
How exactly did?
Yeah, and that's the other slide. So yeah, like I said, it becomes a very weird and divisive time when this time comes around. It's like these guys take their opportunities to take their shots. I'll show y'all one more slide that I found around this time. It's just more proof that the city is just a wild ass city. We got problems. We need to fix this shit out here. This is why I'm making this documentary, because at this point I feel like the drill scene is kind of ran its course, and it's starting to be proven through record sales, through just the reaction from the audience when people are in the chat like, yo, y'all are crashing out, y'all are dumb. Like, it's not getting the same reaction as people used to do back in 2019. All right. I will give Top 5 shoot him some bail, because he did come with a good post here. Said, Toronto legend, we got to show love instead of putting each other down every day.
How exactly did?
All right. So I don't know if this is in response to exactly to what YG was saying, because those guys have a unified front. But I do feel what he's saying. All right. Bruce Johnson said, I left up out of the 6. Really? You know, you're not the first person I've seen say this in the comments. Maybe not on the live, but I've seen it in the comments on clips and stuff that I post up on the channel, where people are like, listen, this is a big part of the reason why I moved out of Toronto. Besides high rent and all types of other shit that we got to deal with over here, just the Toronto hip hop scene is just in an ugly place right now. And I feel, in my opinion, that a big part of the downfall of the Toronto music scene started post 2020. I wouldn't even say the Toronto music scene, because the Toronto music scene is still flourishing. There's still a lot of talented artists out there. So let me not say that, okay? I don't want to diss anybody who's just not pushing that angle. But the way that the mans them were moving as far as the drill music shit, holy, y'all really, really made it where they looked at Toronto as a joke now. Let me pull up this other picture. All right, Peter Smoke Dawg, man. Y'all made it not fun anymore, man. Hold on, emergency alert. Y'all see that? Y'all get an emergency alert right now? I don't think it's an Amber Alert. I think it's some kind of alert for some kind of an infectious disease or something. Oof. Yikes. Stay tuned. Is it an Amber? No, it's not an Amber Alert. I didn't see that. I just read it. But yeah. R.I.P. to Smoke Dawg, man. Y'all need to get it together, man. Every time that Smoke Dawg's birthday comes around, we should just be celebrating him. Ops too. Because even when with this whole beef, it wasn't an ongoing beef. And I'm saying this from somebody who's on ground level. I never heard of an ongoing beef going on between the Wassas and Halal Gang. I feel that this whole thing just started from an interaction at the club, egos getting, into each other's way, and niggas standing their ground. Okay? It got ugly, obviously. Somebody passed away. But it wasn't and from there, the ripple effect created now an ongoing beef between those two sides. But prior to that, from somebody who's been studying the scene, I didn't really hear of a beef that was going on between up top and niggas all the way downtown. Okay? Just, You get in the wrong place, wrong time, and like I say, egos get inflated. Everybody's up, and shit just goes left. So to me, that's it. I'm not saying resolve it, but let's just keep it respectful every time that this man's birthday comes around. Because without him, the scene wouldn't be seeing this, the accolades that it's seeing now. We wouldn't even be up to the point to be going down. We wouldn't be going down from anywhere. We'd be already in the same place that we were before, straight up. All right. Hold up. AGB just sent me a picture here from my youth. But yeah, man. RIP to Smoke Dawg. Condolences to his family. RIP to Cozy as well. Condolences to his family. Let's just try to do better out here, man. Straight up. Let's keep it Toronto. Let us keep it Toronto. Let's see what we've got going on here. And let me know if y'all got any topic that y'all want me to get into in the chat. Just posting some of these comments over here on the screen. Okay. And hit that like button. Hit the subscribe for anybody who's not subscribed, who's tuning into this live right now. Let's move on. I did a quick report on Top 5 a few weeks ago in regards to him getting his passport. Big salute to DJ Czar. I think I was talking to DJ Czar at the time when we were breaking that down. All right. It was like, dude got his passport. Where is he going to go? Is he going to go to the States? Where is Top 5 going to utilize this passport of his? And we got our answer. Man made a move to Dubai. So let's pull up some things here. Top 5 really made a move to Dubai for real, for real. That's crazy. Man's out like a light. That's that jet lag, bro. I've seen a few other people saying, yo, is he going to be able, Dubai, you can't do no drugs out there, you better watch out, blah, 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 blah. I don't know about that, man. I never really seen this guy as the guy to be out there doing drugs and shit. You know what I'm saying? I got some shit. Let's go up on the We Love Hip Hop Network page. Go follow us up on Instagram, We Love Hip Hop Network.
Touchdown in Dubai. Come on. And my dog's pulled up in a collie. No suitcase gang. Where we going? LV store. Touchdown in Dubai. Come on. And my dog's pulled up in a collie. No.
Actually, I have a better reel, a full actual reel of this. Let me go up on Twitter and do something quick, fast first before I pull up my Twitter page. You got to do quick Twitter checks first before you just pull Twitter up on a live stream. I've had to delete shit because of that.
Milkshake on that? Your dog. Milkshake on that? Your dog. What do you want? What do you want? I get him another pasta.
Which pasta? What?
Get him a pasta penne.
Penne pasta, same bolognese or tomato?
Same tomato sauce. Okay. And get 6 milkshakes. Your dog, you want a milkshake?
Make it 7, please.
7 milkshakes. And 3 pancakes. Milkshake on that? Your dog, what do you want? What do you want? I get him another pasta.
All right, so I just asked a question here in the poll because all this is well and dandy, and congrats. You know what I mean? It's a good look. You know what I mean? Get out, travel, live life. It's a good thing. But the question that I asked in the poll is, will Top 5 drop music before 2025? Or are we just looking at Top 5 as just a character now that we watch on Instagram, that he pops up on live streams every once in a while. You may see him in an interview. Maybe he might become a kick streamer. Are we looking at Top 5 as a musical artist anymore? All right, that's what I want to know. All right, like, listen, I ain't hating. I'm actually really happy for Mans to be traveling. I recommend that Mans travel more because it helps to expand your mind. All right, but in the end of the day, we all met Top 5 as a rapper. We're looking at Young Thug. He just came home not too long ago. He's been in the studio with a few people. I'm also going to shoot Top 5 a little bit of bail because he said he had a song with Gucci Mane coming soon. There was other rumors that he had a song with 42 Dawg. Let me see if I can find that. 42 Dawg. Yeah. The Reddit said it. All right. Salute to the Reddit. The Reddit always has the info. It's from 9 days ago. Top 5 has a song with 42 Dawg called FOK. So maybe he might have some music on the way.
Is it the most you guys are gonna
lucky
get
my life is worth. Yo, fuck okay with 42 Dawg. Fuck them two niggas, they died in the same day.
No bad.
Or you guys want to beat You guys let me know what you guys want.
The most you guys are
All right, so he's saying that he got a song with 42 Dawg called FOK. All right, so maybe while you're seeing all of these different moves happening behind the scenes, or not behind the scenes, because they're showing us, right? Of him running around in Dubai. Salute to Pressa. I see Pressa out there. I know Boondog's out there too. Maybe they're going to hit the studio. Maybe by the time 2025 comes around, he'll just drop a full album. I'm just speculating at this point because we haven't seen anything else. We haven't seen any music drop, no first day out. We'll just completely disregard that. There's not no first day out. You can't drop a first day out song a month after or 2 months after. Am I wrong about that, gang? How long can you go? How many weeks can you go without dropping a first day out, or before it becomes irrelevant to drop a first day out track? So let's say you come home, you don't drop one the first week out or the first day out, let's say the first week. After week 4, maybe week 3, how many weeks before it's irrelevant? Like, you can't say that anymore. First day out, come on, bro. It's already 3 weeks ago. Right? You can't say it's my first day out song. Now it has to just be a song about something else. Right? Just talk about smashing chicks or the ops or something. Because first day out, that was like a month ago. What are you talking about, first day out? Kobe Bryant says, how long has he been on road? Like a month. Longer. There's no first day out. That's done. Imagine the nigga drops the first day out track in December. Yo, my first day out. Yo, first day out. First day out. That's my hook. I'm old school. First day out. First day out. First day out. First day out. Nigga, wait, what? Start showing footage from coming out the courtroom and shit. Like, wait a minute, that's archived old footage now, nigga. This is 2024, 2025. Shit moves quick, bro. Young Money says 2 months. 2 months? Oh, that's how long he's been home. I thought you were saying 2 months of how long you could wait before you drop a first day out. It's like, bro, first 2 months out. Like, a lot of shit. You can get put back in 2 months. Yo, Leho says, nah, he's getting a BBL. Pause. No. No. This is what I was thinking. Respectfully. Respectfully, I was thinking, where did I find the post? Let's go back to 6 Buzz Media. How close is Turkey to Dubai? How close is Turkey to Dubai? Do I need to look this up? On the map. Hold on. I just want to check something out quick fast. Because if he's close enough to... I'm a dick. Oh, you're an asshole. Oh, man. But it's good. It's good. I need to see a closer look. Y'all can see this on the screen here. I just want to see how close Dubai and Turkey. Maybe we can do a... Let's do this. Distance. Dubai to Turkey. Let's do that. $35 hours. Damn. Okay, he's a bit of ways. Because I'm just saying, if you're close enough, if you're already OT, you got the passport. Could get it done, broski. Get it done. Come back with the cornrows, my nigga. You're already out there. The nigga say he made $1 million in like 2 months. Get it done, bro. Gang, am I wrong? I'm not trying to diss. I'm just saying. 35 hours driving? That's not so bad. Let's pull up the map again. Get her done, fam. Transplant us up us. Oh, I'm an asshole. I can't help it, man. 35-hour car route. That's like from here to Saskatchewan. It's not even. 37 hours without traffic, bro. What's the flight? 8-hour flight. 434 Canadian. Get it done. Bro, don't worry about Canada for about 2 months, bro. Forward, back with the afro, my nigga. Oh, shit. If I'm top 5, I'm not coming back to Canada unless I got dreads. Nigga come back with a friggin' head full of, come back with the afro, bro. You could do it, bro. Mike 54 says top 5 about to put you on his IG stories tomorrow. You could diss me for being bald. I'm almost 50. I'm supposed to be. Okay, I'm stopping. I'm done. I'm sorry, bro. That was a good sidetrack. Okay, Let's move on. Salute to Top 5, man. Enjoy the trip. Live it up, brother. Live it up, man. Okay, let's move on. Let's get on to more serious topics. Serious. Salute to Top 5. Salute to what's your name again, brother? YKTFV, if I'm not mistaken. The brother sent me a story about some crazy things. And you know how we be talking, just you and I, you and however many people watch the live and the replays and all that, right? It's just a private conversation. We've been talking about this whole immigration issue and how it's been getting kind of crazy. It's kind of seeped beyond just having a bunch of people, 1 million plus per however many years coming over into this country. It's gone into espionage and terrorism and all types of shit. So I got this article here, and there's something, and there's a video in the article, so even better. On India's most wanted terrorist arrested in Canada. Holy shit. Where's my sound effects? Let's get to the story. Let's do it.
Well, last September, the Prime Minister and RCMP accused India of playing a role in the murder of Sikh activist Hardeep Nijjar. Now, CTV News has learned one of Nijjar's former associates has been arrested in a violent shooting in Ontario. CTV's Adrian Gabriel has been working the story and has more in this exclusive report.
Marcia Arshdeep Singh Gill, who goes by the alias Arsh Dalla, is on India's list of terrorists. And for a number of months now, he's been one of their most wanted. And CTV News has learned that on October 28th, he was charged in a violent shooting right here in Milton, Ontario. His arrest is already making headlines in India amid claims that Canada has been harboring an Indian terrorist. Media reports in that country claim that back in March, the Indian government shared Dalla's location with Canadian officials and request that he be arrested. Their request doesn't appear to have been fulfilled.
If Canada does not take action that India feels is...
Whoa. Say that again?
In March, the Indian government shared Dalla's location with Canadian officials and request that he be arrested.
So wait a minute. They said, yo, hey, bro. You know, one of our guys who's out here just causing all kind of havoc and whatever is out there in your country. Oh, what? Nothing to see here. No understand. No entiende.
Their request doesn't appear to have been fulfilled.
If Canada does not take action that India feels is necessary, there are voices in India that would say, we have no choice. Canada has ignored our requests. This is a dangerous individual. We have to take care of him ourselves.
Dalla previously claimed responsibility for the fatal shooting of a Congress leader in India, and according to the Times of India, took over the leadership of the Sikh separatist group, the Khalistan Tiger Force, following the killing.
The Khalistan Tiger Force. Holy shit. I need to look that up. That sounds crazy. Khalistan Tiger Force. And it's got good SEO. Holy shit.
Of Nijjar. We reached out to Foreign Affairs Canada today asking what previous knowledge they had of Dalla's location in the country. We're still awaiting a response. What we can share is that Dalla is set to appear before this Ontario Superior Court tomorrow. Marcia.
These guys are hiding spies over here, bro. That's some creepy shit, man. Hold on, I looked this up. Khalistan Tiger Force. That sounds like a wild TV show. Let me find out what this is. Sorry, gang. We're going deep into the weeds right now.
Hardeep Singh Nijjar, head of the Guru Nanak Sikh Gurudwara Sahib and chief of the Khalistan Tiger Force, was shot dead by two unidentified youths within the Gurudwara Sahib premises in Canada's Surrey on Sunday evening.
This is from a year ago. Yo, these guys are fucking me up, man. Yo, what is happening over here, man? You guys are scaring the shit out of me, man. This is happening here? And listen, there was just some arrests that happened the other day. I'm going to continue to play this video here, but I'm going to find this other video because they're trying to, they're in court right now as we speak, trying to figure out what happened with those guys in Brampton at the protest that happened the other day, where mans were banging each other in the head with flagpoles and shit like that. Low-key, I'm not even doing this for theatrics or anything. My heart is actually beating. These guys are scaring the shit out. Yo. Vince Zuni says, where you been Friday? India been took over. I've been here. I've been watching the whole thing, but I didn't think that it was like the gangsters and the niggas. This is some espionage shit, man.
Nijjar was a native of Bharsinghpura village in Jalandhar. According to the union government, he was known to be actively involved in operationalizing, networking, training, and financing members of the Khalistan Tiger Force.
If you see this nigga at Walmart, you wouldn't think shit. Don't lie to me, gang. If you bumped into this man at Walmart, you wouldn't think that he's part of a huge organization like that, bro. You're like, man's just going to get some onions and some curry or whatever type of thing that he's going to pick up at the store, and he's going back home to his family, and that's it. That's his life. You're not thinking nothing else. Go lie to me, gang. Look at this man. Look at this guy. Look at him. Gray ass beard, turban. Right? Rude Boy Scoop said they love milk, right? Picking up 3 bags of the 3-liter bag milk things. Just filling up his shopping cart. You're not thinking this guy's part of like the head of some terrorist organization. No way. His son is in school. Doctor said, nah, I know. I went to grade school with some of them. You got to know the man's personal business, know him and his family intimately, pause, to know that these guys have a whole pipeline of bullshit going back and forth from Canada to back in India. There's no way just with a naked eye you're looking at him, oh, there's the terrorist. There's the gangster. I remember the time of Tigers, but I didn't know that these guys had a pipeline going on, bro. That's crazy.
According to a Punjab government order in 2020, a total of 11 canal and 13.5 marlas of land belonging to Nijjar was seized in his native village, Bharsinghpura, in Phillour subdivision of Jalandhar district. A villager mentioned that Hardeep's family had migrated a long time ago, but his parents frequently visit the village and had last done so before the lockdown. A panchayat member of the village shared that Hardeep's father has 4 brothers, and together they own approximately 8 acres of land. Hardeep received a portion of land from his father's unmarried uncle, who had given around 5.5 acres to Hardeep and his siblings.
You see the stereotypes that people be having of these guys, that just because there's a bunch of people that come over here that are broke, that they come from a country that has a bunch of broke ass people. This guy's family is just giving land to, you know, here's 5 acres, here's another this amount of acres. There you go. You know, what you need, bro? You want some more land? Like, these niggas got money.
The The villagers said they had not seen Hardeep in the village for several years. Hardeep Singh
Music's
Nijjar
crazy.
was accused in a case registered by the National Investigation Agency. He was also associated with Seek for Justice and recently went to Australia for the referendum voting. During the investigation, it was discovered that Nijjar had made incriminating statements, posted objectionable content, and shared photos and videos on social media platforms to spread insurrectionary imputations through hateful speeches.
Look, I'm gonna pull up the thing from the Brampton protest. There must be something just from. Hold on, I'll go on to CTV News's channel because they must have something on this that just happened because they're in court right now about this shit. Let's do that. Is there a live one? And this is from the protest that happened a few weeks ago. You could see I even have the little red squiggly line under there because I was talking about this a couple weeks ago. They're doing the court cases today for this right now. Why isn't this pulling up? It might be a viewer discretion thing. Ah, that's why. That's why. You know what we'll do? Let's not pull that up because, yeah. Not demonetizing my live. Not today, sir. Not today. I'm going to pull up an article on this shit because I know that there's they're currently going through the case right now. I was watching it on CP20. Oh, there we go. Perfect. All right, I'll pull it up on the screen for y'all. Pow. Holy with the ads. So City of Brampton to ratify bylaw prohibiting protests near places of worship. Brampton Council will vote on Wednesday to ratify bylaw prohibiting demonstrations near a place of worship following a series of violent protests earlier this month outside a local Hindu temple that required Peel police to respond. All right, we're done with this ad. Let's get to it.
Brampton City Council is taking next steps in banning protests and demonstrations outside places of worship. Here's more from Mayor Patrick Brown.
It's specific to protecting the right to pray. It's not about rentals. It's not about legitimate political protest. This is simply about saying whether you go to a gurdwara, whether you go to a mandir, whether you go to a synagogue, a mosque, a church, that you have the right to pray free from fear, intimidation, and violence.
It follows a series of violent protests earlier this month.
Somebody said it wasn't a protest, it was a brawl. You're right about that because they're calling it protest, but it's a beef between two different parties, right? Or two different communities. I'm not going to play that because that's just too graphic. Let's go here.
Issue in the city. Brown arguing the bylaw, which prohibits protests within 100 meters of a place of worship, is a balance of protecting those attending while also respecting the importance of freedom of expression. But the Canadian Civil Liberties Association disagrees, saying the bylaw chills free speech and lawful protests, writing a letter to the mayor opposing the bylaw. Those who go against the passed bylaw will face a $100,000 fine.
So if any of that frackery happens again, which I'm not mad at, because remember last time we talked about this, I was like, listen, bro, stop having these brawls. I don't care. Like I know it's your temple and all that, but your temple is over here in Canada. So when you're having a brawl and little Timmy and his mom are walking by while you guys are hitting each other in the head with flagpoles, somebody else might get hurt. Or you're holding up the traffic while, you guys have your own shit going on. All right. Mike 414 says, these guys just do brown on brown crime. They scared of black people. They always try to be friends saying, brother, my brother, shut the F up. Quackis, what up? Down to Earth says, same community, just different religions. Yes, my bad. Right? It's between Hindus and Sikhs. All right. I'm gonna just call you Vice. Vice says we need more Latinos. Yo, there's a bunch of them in the United States that are getting kicked out just now. I'm sure a lot of them are trying to run to Canada as we speak. January 1st, whoosh, Trump said he's getting rid of everybody. He's deporting over 1 million migrants. All right, so let me see. I'm gonna see if I can find the speech. Trump 1 million migrants. Yeah, he said it 1 day ago. So just now, if it's not already happening, listen. If I'm a migrant and I live in New York City or anywhere along the border, or even further down, I'm moving up. I'm trying to get out of the United States because he's saying, yo, you guys are out of here.
Into politics, though, wanted to assets to enforce coming into the U.S. Our partners over at the Hill report.
Where's the
over
actual
one-
speech? I want to hear the speech. Give me the speech. Let me hear the speech. Is this one here?
Joining us now, Mark. Guard troops as a way of certainly test his powers, because this was the first thing he
I'll probably find it on Twitter or X. Maybe I should sign up for Truth Social. I'm not saying I'm a Trumper or anything, but maybe I should sign up for Truth. Should I do that, gang? Get me some Truth Social. Get to the real story. There we go. Trump deporting. Wow. Okay, here we go.
Than 500,000 migrants, right when she was saying, no, we don't want to do that. And she's got, these guys actually want these people in our country. It's not even believable. Working with left-wing nonprofits to inundate Pennsylvania communities, changing the character of small towns and villages all over our country and changing them forever. They will never be the same. They will never be. Do you think Springfield will ever be the same? I don't think. The fact is, and I'll say it now, you have to get them the hell out. You have to get them out. I'm sorry. To get them out. Can't have it. Can't have it.
Yo, imagine Trudeau was talking like that. People would be like, yo, Trudeau's crazy. He's on one. What a fascist. How could he? The people here in Canada are actually saying it. The people like in Canada talk more than Trump than Trudeau does. Am I wrong, gang? The people in Canada, when I look on ground level, have more of a Trump sentiment than the average person thinks that Trudeau does, or the people that who follow Trudeau does, because I don't really see that many liberal leaning type super, there's not a lot of people who are really happy about drag queens, doing nursery rhymes and reading storybooks to our kids. Nobody's like, yes, more of that. Right? Not the people I know. Maybe, I don't know, there's some blue-haired people that I don't talk to who are like, why don't they have more drag queens speaking to our kids? Right? Why don't they have more gender reassignment happening for our teenagers? That's what we need. Kevin Martin said, did you see the Trudeau speech? What's this clown saying? Justine Trudeau.
Share or explain his decision to approve Ukraine's use of American missiles to strike targets in Russia, and do you agree with that decision?
I have.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna put up Trudeau on Trump because he's saying like, "Yo, I'm gonna have to work with this nigga, man." Listen, man.
Congratulate Donald on a decisive victory last night. I look forward to working with President Trump once again to
Once again, it's on.
Economic opportunities for the middle class, to grow our economies in ways that make us competitive around the world, to protect North America from the many, many challenges that exist around the world. The world is actually even more difficult and more complicated than it was 4 years ago. And I know that there's lots of work for us to do. I'm looking forward to do it.
This is why we have a broken system. He said, I look forward to working with Trump again. So 8 years ago, or whatever, how many years ago, when Trump was in office back then, you were in office. And now in 2024, you're in office again. You're still not again, still. That means we have a broken system. We should do what the Americans are doing. Every 4 years, get this guy out of here, or we'll keep him in 2 terms. You ain't get it right in 2 terms. Next. For real. Why should we be having Trudeau for just as long as people keep on voting him in? That's some bullshit. Come on, B. And there was another thing that he said about this nigga. Like, yo, you know, he's going to be kind of hard to work with, but it is what it is. Let me find this cock of fart shit this nigga said. This guy's such a
about countries turning to Canada for advice on how to navigate a second Trump presidency. Who's asking us?
I think they're generalized conversations. People know that Canada has had a certain amount of experience dealing with various American administrations, and specifically our government navigated in a win-win way through the first Trump presidency. People are sharing notes, asking for advice, and we're happy to talk about our approach that is grounded in demonstrating that middle classes in both of our countries can do well when we work together.
Question for the three of you at the podium. I was wondering about...
Down to Earth says, Friday, you hate Trudeau bad. Yeah, he's made us look like a joke on the world stage. We have a whole issue with espionage that I started this whole segment with, where the Indian government just is willy-nilly just sending whoever they want over here. It's not even about the immigration thing. That's one thing. Okay, they opened up the immigration so crazy where 1 million people can come into the country a year and we don't have this facilities to support it. And the thing is, any numbskull knows this shit. You don't have to be a politician to know this. We don't have enough room to be able to support the amount of people that they're pushing in. But with that also being said, the amount of people that you're bringing in, you're sending their spies, gangsters, and all type of fuckery at the same time. And that's just one thing that this nigga's doing. We had a whole lockdown where people had to lose their jobs and forced to do things that they didn't want to do, or forced to just say, you know what, I'm out of here. I'm not gonna go to work anymore. I'm gonna not have a well-being because I don't want to get a jabby jab. We were the longest country locked down in the world. So why wouldn't I hate this nigga? He divided families with his decision making, his own family included. The nigga ain't even got a wife. The bitch left him. The man is a clown. He took our country from whatever it was before, because it wasn't that great under Harper neither. And whatever Harper did to push it down, he pushed it all the way into the ground. This nigga's a clown show. Listen, Trudeau, I hope your wife is getting donkey fucked by some big black dude. 10 inches, pause. 11. Blowing her back out.
A certain amount of experience dealing
Making a
with
bitch hyperventilate when she fucks that nigga.
with various American administrations, and specifically our government navigated in a win-win way through the first Trump presidency. People are
clown. Listen, man, this whole city, the whole country's going to shit. All right, it just actually brings me into my next story. Hold on. Down to earth in the building.
Yo, I hear you talking some politics, right? That's my av right now, right?
Talk to me, bro. Why are we in such a shitty position,
I see
man?
why people hate Trudeau for a long time, but a lot of people are bandwagoning. So let's be straight up. Before this whole a pandemic happened, everybody was loving Trudeau. Oh, Trudeau, Trudeau. Even the people who claim that they hate him now, they loved him. But that thing, what happened, the jabby jab, no matter who was in place, this was a world decision. No matter what prime minister was there, it would have happened same way.
Yes, but look how long that we were locked down, longer than other countries, bro. That was unnecessary.
Because we taking everybody. We take every Tom, Dick, and Harry in here, man. You know what I heard before? In regards to people who are looking for shelter. This is why you see a lot of homeless people in Toronto. I heard from an individual, they say the shelters are for the refugees.
Right.
The shelters, what you're supposed to
what
be
about
helping.
the people here?
Yes, that's what the question was. What about the people here? They said, no, sorry, it's for the refugees. And I'm talking, people forget about Harper, how long Harper was in charge for. He was in charge for almost over 15 years. He didn't get nothing back. I'll be straight up. I have children. I didn't see ish when Harper was in. I'm seeing all type of money come tax wise. You're getting all these things back in my pocket. You ain't getting nothing from Harper.
Bro, we're in a position right now that the food banks are running out of food.
Okay,
they don't even have enough food for
we're
like
bringing everybody
Thanksgiving.
in. We're putting everybody in. You're right. We're bringing everybody in, but it was bad under Harper. I don't know if people follow politics, but it wasn't good under Harper. It was very
No,
bad.
I know. I was during the time of the Harper times. I was going through incarceration and stuff like that, and he actually extended. He expanded the jails. He helped bring the super jails to Toronto. He expanded the penitentiaries and started double bunking all of the penitentiaries so that they can fit more people. And he changed the laws so that people would plead out more and go to the penitentiaries rather than occupy the jails over here in the cities.
Yeah, and he brought, I don't know if people remember, there's a whole influx of immigrants. He was bringing a lot of refugees and immigrants over here, over 1 million. Remember, there's a lot of conflicts when he was around too. There's the people from where Syria. They're bringing even a lot of Mexicans over here. They're bringing even Ukrainians were coming over at an earlier time before, because there's little conflicts going on before Russia fully came in, like what you see now. So Mr. Harper was bringing over a lot of refugees way before Trudeau came.
Yeah,
way before.
Yeah, respectfully, with to all my Somali brothers and all that. That was during the Harper era.
Okay, so sometimes the guy before screws it up for the people who come in after. Like when Bush, for example, in America came in, ever since September 11th, I said it with my pops. It's never going to be the same. There's going to be a cleanup job. The next guy was Obama, cleaning up what Bush, and then they had to bring Trump in. He's not voted in, he's put there. I don't believe in the voting system, right? I could go deeper, but I don't that would be like what you said, the tin hat business. He was meant to be there. Trump's meant to be there. There's no voting going on. The world vote is going on for the leader of the free world. He's
I'm always down for some tin hat talk, though. Don't get me wrong. I love me some tinfoil hat talk.
That's why you got our guy congratulating him. Before you were saying he's something, now he's like, oh, Trump, congratulations. Because guess what? Trump is dealing with that situation in Ukraine, and we're the biggest fighters for Ukraine, Canada. We have a big Ukrainian population in Canada, right? And regards to what you're talking about with the Indian influx and all this stuff, it's just because it's their time, and we're seeing the underworld come out. And I'll just tell you that it's been going on in Vancouver for a long time. And now it has came here. One of the first incidents was downtown when these guys dressed up as construction workers.
One second, Aura. I'm talking to the person in the waiting room. I'm gonna bring you in a second. Keep going.
One of the first incidents was assassination, or if you want to call it, construction workers. They're dressed up as construction workers in downtown Toronto. About a couple of years ago. And now it's here. Watch this movie called Beaver Boys, right? If you haven't watched it already, and it'll kind of explain the underworld. I knew about this like from way back when, like almost 30 years. There was the Punjabi Mafia, and then there was the Tamil Tigers. They labeled the Tamil Tigers a terrorist group now, but before they weren't always a terrorist group. They were known as a gang in the east of Toronto and the west. Do you hear about them anymore? No, you don't hear about them anymore. Because the government put them on as a terror.
Put them on the list,
Yes. So now the new terrorists, which I don't know if I should take this out of the bag. Some of these guys who are acting like they're gangs on the street. What I learned that they're kind of supporting the terror groups back home.
That's what we've been uncovering for the last few weeks.
And then they go to Alberta. I know certain, I don't want to say nothing, but they go to Alberta and then they send money back to Somalia. But they act like a gang.
That's some, hold on. I'm going to give you another sound effect for that one right there. Aura. Am I pronouncing that right?
Good Friday. Yeah. This is my username. I appreciate you, Friday. What's good with you? I'm good.
What's your thoughts on this, bro? I feel like I've never seen you pop up in the thing here, man, on the talk. So
yo, I've been a long time fan since like you guys been doing like the street interviews and all that stuff. I actually seen you on Rolling Loud. My opinion on this is that like if you're in Canada, and my uncle died as a Tamil Tiger, but even then, if you came to this country, born in this country, you got to rep this country first before you rep anything else. You're getting clean drinking water, you're getting the amenities of this government, regardless of how you feel about Justin Trudeau or not. You know, like you have to be thankful to being in this country because there are certain aspects of this country we take for granted that other people don't have those luxuries. So we got to think about that first. These terrorist groups, they're reaping the benefits of our taxpayer funding what services, but you know, like they're freeloaders, bro. Like I understand you got to support back home, but yo, put this country first before you put anything else. Like I understand there's certain conflicts going on around the world. You got to look after that. But
it doesn't help.
At the same merit, bro, like we're suffering here in the city. Like inflation's going up.
So
you're saying my guy,
you're sorry, you got a question down to earth?
It doesn't help because I know of it. The organized crime groups and terrorist groups are working together. So the organized crime groups, the government up here, let them reign freely. I haven't seen an organized crime group in like almost 30 years. 20 guys get locked up or some big bust. They work with the terror groups. If you dig more, you don't even know what's a terror group, the difference from organized crime group. And they say if you buy black market stuff, you're supporting terrorists, which is linked to organized crime. So first, you got to get rid of the Canadian organized crime, what's been here over almost 100 years, right? Before you even hit those guys. I'm just saying.
But yo, those guys respect this country, though. If you're talking about the Canadian organized crime, say like HA, those type of things, they're like just they're more law abiding than whatever these folks are doing, and a lot of people reap the benefits of those organized crimes, which I guess it goes against my argument, but at least they have some sort of identity toward this country. You know what I mean? I feel like that's important because that's where it all stems with this like this taste towards Indians. Like, you know, like it comes from the fact that these people don't give a fuck about our country. They care about where they came from rather than here.
Watch the cursor.
Oh, my bad.
But
Sorry.
I hear what you're saying. And I'm gonna let you continue, but I do hear what you're saying because it's not a thing where people on average over here hate immigration or hate immigrants who come here. We just don't like it when y'all act like you don't give a shit about us. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, hey, it's like, we don't care if it's your country. We're making it our country now. You know what I mean? We're going to make this whole area just where it's like, you know, we have Chinatowns and stuff like that, but it's integrated within the city.
Canadian culture does that, Friday. I've been seeing that the difference in America, when you're in America, you have to assimilate. You were American. Here, we cater to that identity. You go to Markham, you go to Markham and there's a bank all in Asian. You know what I mean? Like there's certain places, it's completely like another country. And Canada caters to that from a long time.
But what you're saying is certain places, and I'm okay with that. You know, going to the West End of you know, in the West End area and seeing more Spanish people over there and whatever. Wherever people decide to go to, it's cool. But when it becomes where there's so much people that is just everywhere, seems like it's India, then that's when people start getting a little bit.
But let's be fair. Let's be fair. Some people would look on everywhere we go, it's Europe.
Certain places like Whitby, Berry, yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's harder to tell because they're all white, so you don't know what European country they come from. They could be people who've been here from time. They could be people who just came from Ukraine. It's harder to tell when you're a POC, a person of color. It's like, what are all these brown? Imagine like a heavy influx like back in the 70s of Jamaicans and Caribbean people happening now, like the African population. Imagine it was like 3 times the amount of Africans coming here. People would be like, where are all these black African people all over the place? They'd be saying the same shit.
Yeah.
There's always one race that gets that. Yeah. There always is one race that gets a torch. Yeah. There's always this one race that I don't want, this is a bad analogy, but it gets scapegoated. Like now it's the Indians, bro. As a brown man, I'm born here. I don't have those tendencies, but I'll still I feel that like resentment that's coming towards those people. And the funny thing is that even I share that same resentment because me and my parents have a rental property and we have foreign nationals, like international students that live there. Some of them will say this is India. Like they'll just say it straight up, bro, this is India, while Justin Trudeau, who's the person that brought you in here in the first place. Yeah, I don't know how to explain that type of mentality. Yeah, man. When you start having conversations with these guys, you realize that they just want to make this place India, and it's not an exaggeration. That's a sad part about it.
Yo, bro, what are you saying to me right now? Because you're saying this as a South Asian man, Indian man. You're saying other Indian people who are coming here say, "Yo, we don't care. This is India now." Like literally verbatim. Those are the words.
Yeah, verbatim. I'm not even like, swear to God, bro. Swear on Jesus, man. I'm telling you, I'm Tamil. I'm not really Indian, but like we're close.
Yo, but that just proves what I'm saying, though. It proves what I'm saying with the disrespect for Trudeau. That means worldwide, people who are coming here, they're not even respecting the country that they're coming to because they don't respect the person running it.
So the next guy you think is going to be better? That's what I'm putting out because I see people jump bandwagon to bandwagon. The next guy, just say Trudeau's gone. You think he's going to be any better? I think people are going to complain about him too, if not worse.
Yo,
maybe.
Here's the thing. Like, you know, I heard you talk about that tinfoil stuff. The rhetoric that's put against Justin Trudeau, albeit he was not our best leader, he's done some things that I'm not going to get into that have actually been commendable. Like our inflation rate should be a lot higher, but because of the trade deals that he makes, he's actually a decent leader. It's just that this guy flopped on the whole fucking immigration issue. Like that ruined our economy bad. Like it's.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate.
Watch the F-bombs though, bro. But you're talking facts right now, bro.
Yo, my bad.
It's cool, man. It's cool. So you know, what are your thoughts on the whole spy thing? Are we
Universities,
tripping?
man. Universities. Put it that way. I know. They come through being a student. That's the easiest
Bro,
camouflage.
this spy thing, I never thought it would happen like where people that are citizens are dying due to like a foreign interference and all that sort of stuff. That's like Cold War level type espionage where people are dying. That for me, that was like the last straw in like being like open-minded about these guys. Like I have to approach it with some type of cynicism, some type of like skepticism. It's like, what are you doing here if you're not going to become a citizen? Like, what are you trying to do here? Like, you know what I mean? Like when our parents came here, they wanted to live and raise their children and make a life for themselves.
Yeah,
that's why they're putting
these guys are
taxes on
not
the
coming with that
houses.
mentality. There's a level of immaturity also because a lot of these guys are younger. They have to, bro, or they would have got out of control. It's not even the Indians too. Like, no, I don't want to say the Indians as like a group of people like we're being xenophobic, but even like freaking, like, but even like China, the foreign national Chinese, them rich guys, bro. During the pandemic, they're buying properties all over the place. They had to like step in and do something.
That's why they
and like partly that.
They're putting taxes
It's
on
messed
houses
up.
who are not occupied. That's why they're doing that.
Say that. Break that down again because that's important. There, down to earth.
Houses who are not occupied, they're really putting it in that you're gonna have to pay a tax, right? If it's not occupied, and especially the people who are foreigners, right? Because they were trying to force them to live here. Because when they buy a property, they just leave it. So there's a lot of ghost towns. You see, they're building thousands of houses. You're wondering who's buying it. Is it Canadians? No, they can't afford it. They don't have those jobs, right? It's people who are from India and China who are probably billionaires. They own industrial businesses and they bring their people over here who might be less fortunate, right? And they occupy those houses and they work or they go to university. But if they don't fill up those houses, they're empty. There's a lot of ghost towns. Go into a lot of those new developments. Just drive around and see if you see people living in these houses. Nobody's living in them. That's why the government is going to put down that tax.
Bro, even right beside Markham Station, it's owned by people that don't even live there. And it's, my cousin told me it's them foreign national Chinese, bro. It's just how it is. I don't know why it's allowed. Like, there should be more hardline. And Pierre Poilievre is not going to make a difference, bro. These guys are lobbyists. And at the end of the day, like, these guys get funding from China. A lot of universities, as this Down to Earth was saying, a lot of these universities get a lot of their money from these foreign nationals since time, bro. When I was in university in 2010, they've been doing this.
That's crazy. That is crazy. Yeah, man. Listen, man. I'm glad that you guys jumped in on this conversation here because it's been a hot topic, man. And salute to the homie in the chat. I don't remember his name. The call that is YK something. He sent this story to me, and it went into a whole bunch of different directions. But I can see that we're super passionate about this. Let me ask you guys one more thing on this whole while we're doing our civic duties right now, right? What do you guys thought on the postal strike? All right, I'll pull up something here on Instagram.
Yo, they supposedly something came up. You don't mind me interjecting? You know I forget what kind of checks they are, but like CRA checks, they're not getting those until the strike finished.
Because
that's
corruption.
Pretty draconian. Like that's a level of corruption, I think, because bro, like you're taking their ability to strike. So by not giving them their CRA checks until they end the strike, it's like, bro, you're putting them in a chokehold. Like the whole point of unions are for this reason only. I don't know if people know about that
because they're trying to get away from paper, right? How you pay for stuff. They're trying to get away from that system. So they could strike all they want and they'll go back to work. But down the line, 5 to 10 years, there will be no one walking around going to your house. They already have boxes already. They went back to that box system that the one mailman just puts everything in a box and you go pick it up. So they're planning to get rid of that job.
I'm going to play this video here first.
I can't use Canada Postman. I use Pure Later. Canada Postman, yeah.
I'm going to play this video here and then we'll react.
We're on strike today at the post office here, and we aren't giving up. We want all the money, and we want it all. So if you don't give us our money, we're not delivering your packages. We're on strike, and we refuse to deliver your packages. Christmas, we don't care. We want money. We're broke. Give us our freaking money, or we're not going to post your stuff. Hey, guys, we're on strike.
I know that guy.
You know him?
He's an artist.
Oh, that's crazy. That's great, actually. It goes right in line with We Love Hip
That's
Hop.
crazy.
Okay,
He's a
so
hip-hop artist.
now here's the funny thing, right? I've been waiting for my pardon papers for a minute now, and I'm thinking maybe it's not here because of the postal strike. So it's affecting me. Is it affecting y'all? You say you don't use Purelator, Aura. Or so you
No.
don't use Postal Canada Post. You
I use
Purelator.
Purelator. I don't use Canada Post anymore, bro. Like now, unless I'm forced to. Like sometimes if you buy shit on eBay, if you buy stuff on eBay, you have to you can't choose, right? But Canada Post is that one where like some of my packages, it goes to it becomes Fugazi. Like they don't deliver it, or they're like, oh, you didn't make it at this time. It's always been inconvenient with Canada Post. Purelator, it's like it's always expected, no questions, no ifs, ands, or buts. Like you don't have to worry about them screwing up. The Canada Post screws up, especially during the pandemic, bro. This feels like the pandemic again, to be honest.
It does kind of.
Yeah, they've been going in people's mail too. They're not perfect, man. They mail stuff to the wrong places, you know. But the individual in the video is Jon Snow, man, artist from Nova Scotia.
Oh, that's funny. That's a great pick right there. Well, okay, what about you, Down to Earth? Does the postal strike affect you?
No, because mostly it's all online. Everything what I get as like mail, right? Unless you're trying to. No, it doesn't anymore, because when you're ordering like physical stuff, it's from like other places like Amazon, right? It doesn't affect. You could get all your bank statements online. You could get CRA stuff and all that stuff online. It's only for the people who are not up to date, like older people, like my parents, and who are not into tech. It's gonna affect.
Yeah, I guess. You know, I'm thinking to myself, what it's going to affect with me. Like, I guess if you have a driver's license that you renewed or something like that, it might take a little longer. But other than that, like, what are we really looking for from Canada Post?
Wait, you're saying driver licenses are from Canada Post?
Well, like if you got to get your driver's license renewed, right, and you're waiting for the card to come in, you can't go and pick Purelator to come deliver it to you. It's just coming in via Canada Post.
Yeah. Soon it'll be on your phone.
Oh, that sucks. That sucks.
Right?
I need to get
so,
a
like,
new, bro. That sucks.
Government documents, you still need Canada Post for. Like I said before, I'm waiting for my pardon papers. Canada Post has to deliver it to me. I guess there's a portal that I can look up online to see if I got it or not, but I still need the paper.
They'll probably make you download it some type of way. If not now, in the future, download it some type of way.
Yeah. I don't know, man. What about this money thing? Because like you're saying, we're moving into a new time where we're moving into a paperless society. Do they deserve the money that they're looking for? Because the man's saying we're broke.
They're gonna cut that service, man. It's gonna. They're gonna cut it.
There's a lot of people though. But there's a lot of people that like use Canada Post to like, you know, like traditional sense, like sending Christmas cards, that sort of thing during Christmas. I don't know, like that. When you say something like that, bro, you got to think about like, you're not gonna get mad at old granny because like you don't want to ship your mail. Like they have to look like, that's how I see it. Like there's old fashioned people that depend on this type of stuff. They don't do email. They don't do that internet stuff.
I believe other services are going to step up to that business and make it a business like Amazon and maybe other places that they could do your mail with the government. Probably get a contract with the government that they can do certain mail. If they don't want to pay the same type of price to Canada Post, they do it like outsourcing for other companies. They lay people off and they hire another service. So that's what I feel the government's going to do. Cut down Canada Post and hire an outside service.
Yeah. Let me see what's going on here. There's
I agree with you. Like that, they need to do that because Amazon, you never have issues with Amazon if you notice. Maybe they might deliver the wrong package, but they do deliver it pretty fast. Like that 2-day delivery, like who's doing that? No one's doing that.
And they send you a picture of your delivery when it's delivered to your door. So if
a lot of companies do that.
Yeah, if you didn't get it, then you better go check around your neighborhood. Somebody stole that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I've experienced that where, you know, if we don't get the
package, this is why you need. This is why you need site to deliver. My bad.
Hold on. If I don't get the package from in front of the door in enough time, that's gone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna play this quick fast here.
Well, Jamie, just one unfortunate thing that happens when we have contract stalls like this and job action and in other capacities, most of the time you can't really talk to workers because they don't get the permission from their union or from their employer to be able to do so. But off camera and speaking casually with people, there are, for instance, some people here that are about to retire and they're thinking about the next generation of workers. There's others that are saying, 10 people at a bargaining table have been able to essentially not only shut down a crown corporation, but also stop mail delivery, except for government checks, basically, for an entire country. And the stalls will continue because it seems like there's not a lot of progress being made despite the special mediator. Their last report, which is expected to be with the labor minister now, was that some progress has been made, but very little in this special mediation. The question is what happens now? Is there going to be binding arbitration? Is there going to be a deal that comes out because of this talking without having hands be tied? That does remain to be seen. But workers here have been looking for a new contract for over a year. They're demanding what they call, they talk about job security. They talk about fair and adequate wages. And also many working contract instead of being full-time workers for a crown corporation where they're supposed to, in their mind, have good paying, stable work. Now, let's not forget Canada Post.
I want to say something about the contract work thing because I have experience with that. That shit ain't fair. Okay, when you're under contract work, because you work for a company technically, but you don't get the benefits. I'm going to keep you on contract forever so that you don't ever get the complete benefits.
And to keep renewing it if they like you. I'm going to give you this. I'm going to give you this before I go off of this. With a lot of companies, because I worked for a lot of different places, when the face changes for that company, I notice in the last 10 years, they take away things more and they don't respect you as much. And I'm just going to say faces. Look in the crowd. Before, the faces didn't look like that. When the faces change, they don't respect you. That's why the truckers, they didn't respect them because the faces have changed. That's all I'm going to say. When the faces change, they take away things.
He's right.
All companies.
Yeah. Listen, man. I can't disagree with you, bro.
I'm going to be off, though. But that's what it is, brother.
Salute to you, brother. Thank you for the insight, man.
All right.
Yeah, man. What are your thoughts or on this on the contracts that they want, the more money that they want, the different conditions?
Yo, if it's contract work, like that's I don't agree with it because I've been on doing those I forget manpower type jobs. I've done those before, and there's this culture that exists between the people that work for the company and the people that work for the agency that got them the jobs without the benefits. And it will get to you at a certain point. It will actually make you want to quit because, bro, you're telling me that I'm doing the same job, but I don't get the benefits. So you created this job opportunity just so that you need the people, but you don't want to give the benefits. It will get to your skin after a while once working a while. So I understand their pain. For these guys, a Canada Post job is a good job. I forget what the pay is, but I know it's pretty decent. But if they're doing under an agency, then I'm surprised they have a union too. They have a union in the first place. But I get it. It's working with someone that's getting better pay than you, getting dental benefits, all that sort of stuff, doing the same job. It can get to your skin.
Yeah, when you're under contract, at least 10% or 7% of that has to go back over to the contractor that got you the job in the first place. Like you said, you're not getting any dental benefits. If you want to take a day off from work, then you're not getting paid. So you don't get sick days, or at least for me, I don't know. Every contract work might be different, but for when I was doing contract work, when I was doing work for Shoppers Drug Mart, if I wanted to take a day off, then that's coming out of my pocket. I'm not getting a sick day that I can use. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, and they'll fire you faster.
Yeah, and I couldn't actually get the job because I don't know what happened with the contractors, why they didn't see my record, or maybe they looked past my record and just forwarded my resume over to Shoppers. But to be, for me to go work for shoppers themselves, they would have to go over my my criminal record again, and that would have probably gotten me fired.
Lord,
Farthest
that's how the
more than
system is set up, eh?
Yeah, bro. So I was kind of in a catch-22. Do I try to advance myself and get a full-time job with the company, or quote unquote what they call full-time, and maybe now get some promotions, or do I just lay low because they let me in here with a criminal record? You know what I'm saying?
It's honestly, that kind of stuff, it makes you question like how they like the stigma that's attached to certain applicants. Like it's you kind of question like, do I really like, what am I? It's you don't know what to do. You're gonna question, what do I do in this situation? And for these people right here that's on that are striking, they have to understand, like, and we all should know this by if you've worked enough, like the system is not meant to make you succeed that well. Usually it's a lot of nepotism involved, or you got to know someone. Like it's an old conversation, but that's usually what it boils down to. A lot of the jobs I got were because I knew someone. Very few jobs I got on my own, or like just direct entry type shit. Like it doesn't work.
We lost him on the audio. We lost your audio.
My bad,
bro.
I muted myself. Sorry. No, I was just saying that like a lot of these positions that we're going for are direct entry. Like it's like you don't. No, sorry. These situations that people are finding themselves in where it's no benefits. Like you're on contract work. It's because you didn't know someone that worked there. Yet the person that is not as qualified because he knows someone or she knows someone, they move up.
Yeah, I've seen that multiple times, man. And Mike 514 says there's nothing wrong with nepotism. There isn't, but it also is, because if it's at the dismay of somebody else who's more qualified, that you get your cousin the promotion and your cousin's a dumbass, it's like, come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta.
I have a feeling that the reason why like certain people are. My bad.
You're muted.
So like I'll say, my bad. I'll say this. The problem with here's the thing. If you look at people that are underqualified that work in these positions, I always had this feeling that because Toronto kind of sucks now in terms of like what's available to us, like innovation, you know what I mean? Like we see Toronto grow from 2010 to 2016 to something special. And then the people that finally got jobs by 2016, they may not be doing the best job they're doing, and because of that, you have flaws in all our industries. Nothing's as great anymore. You know what I mean? Like you have the one odd thing that we like to look forward to. But bro, look at our entertainment district. It sucks balls now. Like before, we had clubs open every day. Why is that not like? That's not a thing anymore. That's not a thing. Now it's like weekends only. Toronto used to be a lively city. I don't know. Maybe because there's less money moving around.
It the lockdown too. It started before the lockdowns, but the lockdowns just really finished it off. And then a lot of those establishments that were happening shut down. Quackish said something true over here too. He said gentrification. A lot of those places turned into condos along Richmond and Adelaide. I had a studio in Adelaide, and that got shut down. Right, it turned into a condo. So, and
bro, I'm saying North York.
Circling back to the conversation we were having before, they're building all of these different places, but then there's still a bunch of homeless people.
Bro, the homeless situation is gonna get worse. It's gonna get really bad. Like it's good. The way we have like stupid shit like making beer more available, taking away injection sites, which I never really agreed upon, but I understood the purpose. Like when you start enabling these people to be outside more that don't have places to go in the first place, like homeless shelters are now like packed because of these foreign internet, aside from no diss to them, but like because these international students can't find a place to stay, all our social systems that we did, like some people depend upon, they can't use them anymore. Bro, people are living in tents more than they ever did before. I did not notice tents until like the pandemic, and then it stayed that way. Like,
Yeah.
Bro, our economy is not that great right now. Like our inflation is, if it keeps going like this, man, people are gonna move out. People are gonna move out. It's just bound to happen.
Listen, man, as soon as I get my pardon papers, you know, I'll still always be Toronto based, but you're gonna start seeing me in the States way more, man. Especially now that Big 47's in charge. But yo, listen, Aura, I'm gonna let you go.
Yeah, I'm gonna hop out. Yeah, I'm gonna
thank you
hop
for your
out. Thank you so
insight
much for the
on
time.
thing. Yeah, man. Salute. Salute to Aura, man. Yeah, man. Our country's in a shambles right now. We got to get it together. And salute to the postal workers. I know they're looking for more money. Down to Earth made some really great points as far as just the whole mail and paper getting phased out and us going into a paperless society. So hopefully they get the money that they're looking for, but it's going to be short-lived in my opinion. I got one more topic. And let me know if there's anything else that y'all want me to tap into. I'm going to go through Instagram right now, quick, fast, too, just to make sure that there's nothing that I'm missing. But just to end on a light note, I seen somebody who's down bad. Do y'all know who YBN Namir is? He's a artist from, where's YBN Namir from? He's not from California. I know he tries to run and say that he's from neighborhood in California and whatever gang he's from, right? He had a song, he blew up back in 2017, 18. They had the whole YBN crew, YBN Namir, YBN Almighty J, YBN Corday, who now is just Corday. He separated himself far from these clowns. That nigga's down bad. I said in the beginning of this live that I was supposed to do an interview with him years ago, and the interview got canceled. He was signed to the label at the time, and he was supposed to be dropping an album. This is back in 2021, if I'm not mistaken. And he had an album that was getting released at that time. And then the album dropped, and I think it did like 5,000 or something like that, maybe even less in the first week. Just horrible sales, like double wood. Pause. So now I bring this guy up. I'm not going to call him a weirdo or anything like that. I'm not going to diss him, because he got the slew of the universe pregnant. We never thought that we would see it, but Celina Powell is pregnant from this guy.
To some extent, I think he deserves it. Like, he's definitely talked a lot of shit.
Put the Matty Balls on this video.
He's definitely acted like he was cool. Another big thing is that he would pretend to be hard in a lot of his music, and then the whole time he started YBN from a GTA clan, so everyone's like, oh, he's just rapping about what he did in GTA. So no one at all takes this guy seriously. And then most recently, he put out some snippets on Twitter. He captions it, "For the gangsters, straight old school. Which one y'all fucking with more? Let me know." People weren't fucking with these songs. Let me show you why.
187 max to the head. I see these niggas bleed. Through the turf, I grab my 4D. With it, but they had a pistol, cause I left it on the east side. When that 6 strike pop up, you better duck and hide, because your ass
He's like a West Coast gangster now.
is great. I said, fuck it. I grabbed a Mac right off the dresser, looking for my victim, feeling paranoid, cause the Reaper calling. I could tell all he seen was black. When this 500 hit it from close range, I had him falling back.
We never stop representing that West
This guy went and turned himself into a super gangster.
Coast. We gonna do it for life. Don't touch that dial.
187.
Yeah, man, everybody was clowning on Namir for this. This was bad, and I wasn't even feeling that bad for him. Like, I always kind of felt a little bit bad for Namir. I think I said it in the video I did a couple years ago. But just the other day, I reached my final straw, and I wanted to make a video appealing to you guys out there, saying, hey,
wait for it.
You should probably leave him alone, because things might not end too well for him. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So about a week ago, probably like 2 weeks by the time you guys see this, Namir said that he was having a kid with Celina Powell. Now, according to Hot New Hip Hop, Powell is infamous for being with a whole lot of rappers and famous people. And they have a bunch of tweets compiled right here, such as, this worse than the cheese touch. Not gonna lie, this is the biggest L of bro's career. It's like kissing a public bathroom toilet. So yeah, like if you couldn't gather from those tweets, if you didn't know this, Celina Powell is basically an adult star. I mean, look at this article. It just popped up when I Googled her. She was bragging about sleeping with NBA star before he played in a road game. Like now, before I keep going, a lot of people may be saying, well, what if Namir is comfortable in his masculinity? That's a good point. He could be cool with that. But I don't think that Namir is that type of guy. I mean, look at him. Does he really look like the type of dude that's comfortable in his masculinity? I don't really think so. And you'll see from videos that I'm about to show you that I don't think he is.
Hold on, there's more videos on this shit. I'm a mixy ass nigga. Hold on, there's something that they're saying here. Let me look this up. What I just found here. Powell. Wow, this nigga's name got pushed into her algorithm, into her SEO.
Kissing on Instagram.
The girl I was kissing on Instagram.
We watched her talk about how she had kiss in her mouth.
Oh.
All on every podcast.
Hey,
yo. Stuck that Gucci third leg, nigga. If she did.
Gucci third leg.
Boy, ask her about Gucci third leg. Oh, no. You need to ask her, though. That's a serious question.
Oh, nah. Wait a second. Nah, I'm on live.
She smashed the Gucci third leg, nigga. Damn, bro.
Say, ask her about Gucci third.
You ain't never say that. You ain't never say that, bro. You ain't never say that. Don't scare me like that. Don't never in your life scare me like that.
Hold on.
Friend and denied even.
You got on live with her, bro? You're a
problem.
cornball.
One of Namir's friends brought to his attention that Celina had previous encounters with Gucci third leg, and that immediately made him uncomfortable. Celina confronted Namir and his friend, and
boyfriend reveal YBN Namir. Oh my lord. This is nasty work, broski.
Yo, why are you on this live wilding the fuck out right now?
No. What's the deal?
What do you mean, what's the deal? No, I didn't have
from Alabama.
Thank you.
Who the fuck is Gucci third leg? I'm Gucci fourth leg now. That's what I heard.
Boy, nobody told you that. Your little friend in the back said that.
Everybody called me talking about some, you Gucci third leg and Gucci fourth leg. I'm like,
Nobody's calling you and saying that. Stop playing with me.
Who is that?
I don't know.
Yo, how you go pick up act second? What do you call those sloppy seconds? Come on, broski. You're supposed to wrap it up if you go up in there, bro. This nigga's raw dogging the ting, bro. Raw dogging the sleuting. You're a crazy guy. Look at this man's face. It's that light skin action, bro. You're a crazy guy. There's no way that this nigga doesn't know who she is. And you're just choosing to go raw dog up in there, bro? And shoot up the club? Oh, disgusting.
I heard in the background. Who's that? Yeah, who is that nigga back? Who is that nigga in the background? Who is that nigga in the background that you in the background? Who's that? Dead homies.
Bro, nobody's here.
Left for there. On the dead homies I hear in the background.
Bro, nobody's here.
This nigga's talking about dead homies to his girlfriend, to his baby mama. On the dead homies.
Who is that? Next to? Who's in the bed?
I'm on
Who is that?
my couch. Nobody's here. Y'all are
Who is that?
wilding.
Who is that?
I just seen somebody
I heard that in the background.
Who just ran in the closet?
Yo, shut the hell up. Who's your stupid little instigating you?
You got a nigga
in your fucking closet.
You got a nigga hiding in your closet?
Gucci second leg. Thing one and thing.
Wow, bro. You know how this nigga's super down bad when you publicly go out on road with this one. You put her on your IG, that boyfriend reveal. Don't let this happen to you, gang. Any of you Toronto rappers out there, don't get so down bad that you have to look for clout from the sluttiest of sluttiest things and then get her pregnant too.
Babe,
you gotta hide in your closet right now.
a matter of fact, show me who you're with. How about that?
This is the most clout that this nigga's gotten in his life. I never thought that I'd be doing a YBN Namir story. Put it this way. This is helping him. This nigga is so down bad that he had to seed up a battery thing. All right? A girl who runs with guys who smashed the whole Phoenix Suns and all type of shit. Like, this is her crew. But this nigga is so down bad, so thirsty for clout, so thirsty to get back into the limelight that he's like, all right, if I connect myself to her, niggas will talk about me. You're goofy.
I can't.
Why?
That's because I don't want to show you.
And listen, bro, I don't care how many guns you show in your video, bro. You're not tough, bro. You're a goofy.
Friends.
No, because I feel like a bitch is there. I heard a bitch is there.
You didn't open your closet. Where's that at?
You're a gamer that got outside of his house and some gangsters extorted the shit out of you, and now you tough. You're a goofy.
Go open your closet and I'll show you my friends. Everybody that's here.
Nah, I'm finna FaceTime you. I'm not gonna embarrass you on live. But
The man's smiling. Look how much clout I got. He probably got a nice 200 people watching the live. He's like, yo, bro, I'm about to blow up, man. Watch when I drop my next tune. It's going to pay for all these diapers.
Yeah, guys, ready. No, wait, no, I didn't mean I with a guy. I mean, I'm not gonna embarrass you and talk to you.
You got clout ready. How you gonna play my boy? How you gonna play my boy? How you gonna play it?
Bro, I said I'm not gonna embarrass you on live, meaning I'm not gonna talk shit to you on live, you stupid ass. Nobody's here.
You promise? Open the closet.
Yes, I promise.
Pinky swear. Who's under the bed?
This nigga is a simp. You are a simp, sir.
Wait, who you on for? Oh, my bad, Celina. Oh,
And your brethren who support you, they are simpty dimps. They don't even care about this nigga. They're just like, let's get some clout, because I don't even know these niggas' names. Nobody cares what these niggas' names are. Super clout chasers.
Get off live now and call me. I swear to God. I swear to God.
oh my God.
Y'all are retarded
There's no
as hell.
bitches here. We have no.
Would you guys talk to your girlfriend or your baby mother on Instagram Live? This must be some young people shit. Maybe it's because I'm too old. I just couldn't do it, man. Where me and the woman who I'm dealing with have conversations in the public in front of all of y'all. Like, just imagine, like, I just pulled up my chick, like, just up on the screen right now, and let's have an argument. Yo, who's at the crib right now on YouTube Live? Nobody does that unless they're looking for clout on both sides. Listen, man, I'm not even going to spend long on this because nobody cares about YB and Namir. And I'm not going to try to cloud up YB and Namir anymore just because he decided to wife up a sleuthing. Rude Boy Scoob says, Corday wifed up a tennis player and his career blew up since leaving. Yes. He dropped the YBN off his name, and the sky was the limit. This nigga right here, he's still holding on. And your boy has a tennis player, famous tennis player chick, champion chick, and you're with the champion cum guzzler. Nasty work. Anyhow, salute to Celina Powell. Got him. No salute for you, YB and Namir. You're a clown. I think we're done here. I went through Instagram just to do a quick double check to see. They're talking about Diddy stuff with the judge stuff. I didn't really get into the Diddy story because I don't know. To me, once these niggas is in court and we're just watching all the litigations, all that is just dry paint. I'm just waiting to see it. Does he touch road on his bail? That's what I'm going to cover if and when that happens. Other than that, I'm not getting into his paperwork and all that dumb shit and whatever happened with his raid in his cell and all that. I know about all that, but that's not topics that are that matter to us, I think. So we'll end it there. Like I said in the beginning of this live, look out for the interview that's dropping tomorrow with Hustle Over Everything. Going to be dropping at 3 a.m. for all my audio listeners and 6 p.m. for the people who are watching on YouTube. Get your money up. You'll get to learn something about the financial space, as well as some good conversations about this Toronto music scene. Until then, though, we are off of this. Deuces.